Hey everyone, welcome back to Overtake. My name is Renee, and as you know, 2025 has turned into 2026. And that means it's time for another edition of Sim Racers Monthly. But this time, we're going to do things a bit differently. Let's dive in. 2025 was bursting at the seams with sim racing news. And while things did slow down around Christmas, we still had an early December in which seemingly everyone pushed big updates. Assetto Corsa Rally got its first update in early access with the Alpine A110 from the 1970s and the Levin Ice Circuit. Race Room unleashed the 2002 DTM cars, Le Mans Ultimate added Paul Ricard, and the Ginetta LMP3. And that's just 3 examples. We also had iRacing release its 2026 Season 1 build, the massive Assetto Corsa Evo 0.4 update that included a Nordschleife, and Automobilista 2 going stock car racing right before Christmas. On the console side, Gran Turismo 7 celebrated the launch of the Power Pack DLC and Spec 3 update that combined for a massive changelog. It's safe to say that Polyphony's flagship racer is still going very strong, unlike Forza Motorsport, which will not see any further updates. But instead of looking back on December's news in detail, which we kinda did already, we decided that this time it is time to look ahead instead. What's coming up in 2026, you might ask? What we're hoping for in sim racing? That's what this edition of Sim Racer Monthly is all about. Online multiplayer is widely popular in sim racing, but those who prefer to race offline also make up a very significant portion of the virtual racing crowd. And they should be in for at least a couple of treats in 2026. Let's start with Le Mans Ultimate. The official WEC game is still a bit limited when it comes to game modes, but Studio 397 is working on a career mode for its endurance racing title. A screenshot shared on New Year's Day showed a contract signing screen, which also revealed that the player's teammates will have individual attributes that determine their performance, as does the player. They will also have a certain role in the driver lineup, with the screenshot showing Denise Pope as a supporting driver, as well as bonus payments for good finishes, and a goal for the season. More info on the mode is expected soon. Meanwhile, the career mode that is supposedly coming to AMS2 this year will be looking to leverage the unparalleled variety of content the sim has to offer. One of the biggest gaps in lineup has been filled with the recent addition of NASCAR-style stock cars in 3 generations. There should be plenty to do. Official info is still sparse at this point, but Razer studio lad Renato Simeoni has mentioned in the past that the idea is for the player to pick up both their starting point and starting time. Want to be a modern endurance driver based in North America? Or would you rather strive for the glory of becoming Grand Prix driver starting out in the 1960s in Europe? That's a very exciting prospect if you ask us. That should result in an extremely high number of possibilities, which in turn would ensure that no career mode playthrough will be like the other. Especially since Razer is set to add more content to close more gaps, like the additional generation of F1 cars in the early 2000s that the December dev update hinted at. With both LMU and AMS2 already being good options for offline players, thanks to the comparatively good AI drivers, we can't wait to find out what exactly Studio 397 and Razer are cooking for their respective career modes. Additionally, it is possible that LMU's console version will be ready in late 2026, a highly requested release that could see the game's popularity skyrocket. The Nürburgring is already in Assetto Corsa Evo as of its 0.4 update, but the gates to the virtual Eiffel at the tourist entry parking lot remained closed. For now. Originally planned to arrive over multiple releases throughout 2025 already, the delay in development pushed the open world in AC Evo back. Looking at the tourist layout of the Nordschleife, Kunos have released in December, and the amount of detail poured into it, that wait should be well worth it. In its final form, the free roam area will be 1,600 square kilometers in size, offering players plenty of room to explore. Kunos also mentioned that it will not just be an open world map with nothing to do, so we are already very curious about how the studio will make it come alive with missions, traffic, and things to do. Remember, AC Evo sets out to be the hardcore racing sim, and while series like Forza Horizon features vast open world maps as well, they are not exactly considered simulators, which makes this first of its kind approach all the more exciting. AC Evo is due for its full release in 2026, which will make it very interesting to see what kind of other content and features Kunos are going to add along the way. One of the 2 surprises of December was the announcement of Grand Prix Circuit, an upcoming 1980s F1 sim developed as a one-man project by Marcel Baragni. We had actually followed its progress on Marcel's social media profiles for a while when the trailer dropped, and it confirmed what we already suspected. Grand Prix Circuit, as the game was named at the trailer's release, turned the retro vibes up to 11. We could not help but get serious flashbacks to Geoff Crammond's Grand Prix games, which are undoubtedly an inspiration. The game looks like it will be an interesting option for offline sim racers and especially those who love older content. While the cars and tracks are not licensed and use humorous names and sponsors instead, it is clear what they are based on. And we're here for a cool throwback to F1's first turbo era in the 80s. Plus, the graphics remind us of early 2000s Sims, which is another nice bit of nostalgia. A release date for Grand Prix Circuit has not been announced yet, but it should be out on Steam sometime in 2026. The other big December surprise followed just a few days after the Grand Prix Circuit announcement, and it involved one of the most iconic names in sim racing, Geoff Crammond. His Grand Prix games are cult classics, but they have never been released digitally anywhere. That will change soon. Microprose, the original publisher of the games, has announced that all 4 Grand Prix titles will come to Steam as Geoff Crammond's Racing, most likely due to expired licenses. Except for the first game in the series, all of them were licensed F1 games when they originally released. That will likely mean generic names and liveries across the board, but we are certain that the community will restore the originals via mods in no time. The games will support user-created content via the Steam Workshop, and if the plethora of mods available for the games already would also work for the Steam version, we will be in for a treat. Our biggest hope is for improved compatibility though. If the Pascal limit of 2 input devices can be increased or removed so the games work better with modern hardware, many sim racers who never had the chance to give the Grand Prix games a go might finally be able to do so. Fingers crossed for a great port. Finally, IndyCar fans can look forward to a standalone game of their favorite racing series again. It's been over 20 years since 2004's IndyCar Series 2005, the naming of which is almost as weird as the real-life series history. Released in the summer of 2004, the game with 2005 in the title actually portrays the 2003 season. Yep, we're just as confused as you are. Anyway, after Motorsport Games had been working on a new IndyCar game a few years back, but had to cancel the project, iRacing is looking to break the drought with a new game in 2026. And that's great to see. After all, this series is arguably one, if not the most competitive championship in the world, and it has the biggest single-day sporting event in the world on its calendar, with the Indy 500. We hope it's done right, as this could be a huge opportunity for the actual series and for a new racing game franchise. It's likely that the IndyCar game will be closer to what iRacing Studios has put out with NASCAR 25 rather than iRacing proper, as it also heavily features IndyCar, of course. Still, the prospect of going through the month of May at Indianapolis, including the road course race, the Indy 500's unique qualifying procedure, is quite an exciting one. What will also be exciting to us is you clicking the like button, subscribing to our channel, and activating the notification bell so you never miss any new videos here on Overtake. Thank you for your support.
You can become a premium member on our website, overtake.gg.
It's not just about the daily news, forums, guides, and downloads. It's also a vibrant community. Premium members enjoy extra benefits such as an ad-free browsing experience, special community deals, discounts, and Overtake Turbo, which provides setups, coaching, and 1 free esports setup per month powered by Track Titan. There is also a racing club where you can race with great, fair people without worrying about your driver or safety rating.
And if you love unboxing sim racing gear just as we do, there's a premium member giveaway every month. You can win pedal sets, handbrakes, and nice steering wheels. Another cool feature are community reviews, so you can have a chance to contribute and share your opinion on not yet released hardware or games.
Have your voice heard and help shape the future of sim racing. Join as a premium member on overtake.gg for just €1 a month.
Was the big surprise of late 2025. Out of nowhere at Sim Racing Expo, Kunos announced Assetto Corsa Rally, developed by Supernova Game Studios, and it was immediately clear that this was a passion project that could be on pace to dethrone Richard Burns' Rally as the Rally King after 2 decades. AC Rally was released in early access in November and saw its first update in December, with more to come. Supernova has stated that it will be about 18 months from the first early access release to the launch of version 1.0, so it won't happen in 2026 as it stands. But what will happen are more updates and an evolution of AC Rally towards the 1.0 release status. More cars, more locations, more game modes, and fine-tuning should await, and the detail and love for Rally already in the game makes us optimistic that Supernova will continue building a very enjoyable title. Straying a bit from the full sim side of things, Forza Horizon 6 is due to release in 2026 as well. And unlike Michel, this series has never been to Japan yet. The 6th entry in the series will go there though, fulfilling many racing game fans' dream of an open world title set in the land of the rising sun. It's not yet known when exactly the new Forza Horizon will arrive, but with the popularity of Forza Horizon 5, which even debuted on PlayStation 5 in 2025, there will be a lot of eyeballs on the upcoming game. We are also looking forward to exploring virtual Japan. And that concludes our list. But what's on yours? Be sure to let us know in the comments down below. Lots of good things are to come in 2026, it seems, and we'll keep you up to date on them, of course. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next installment of Sim Racers Monthly.